Hi guys, if you're watching this, odds are you or someone you know is planning a wedding in the near future and needs a little bit of help. My name's Elise. I own a wedding planning company called Our Own Table Co, and I share free tips, tricks, resources, guides, and unique ideas on all of my social channels, so make sure you follow along there as well. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, hit that subscribe button and join our community that we are growing every single day. Today we're going to be talking about jobs that you can delegate to your wedding party. Now I know what you're thinking, Elise, I'm good, I have a wedding planner, I'm set, I don't need to delegate anything to my wedding party, they're just there to have fun. Sorry to break it to you, that's not actually going to be the case. While we do want your wedding party to have a great time at your wedding, there are going to be some tasks that you need to delegate to your friends and family. Obviously check with your wedding planner and see if these are tasks that they can take care of. If not, you will need someone to delegate them to. And if you don't have a planner, these are perfect things that your friends and family can step into and complete for you on your wedding. So let's talk about who you should be delegating tasks to. Again, this will be your entire wedding party. So this could be parents, this could be grandparents, this could be aunts and uncles. This is absolutely going to be your bridesmaids, absolutely going to be your groomsmen, your best man, and your maid of honor. And if there's any extended friends and family that also want to help as well, you can totally ask them. So you know who you want to ask to help on your wedding day, but how do you go about asking them and when should you do this? You should plan on assigning tasks to your wedding party as soon as possible. Make sure you talk with them and set your expectations when you ask them to be in your wedding party so that they know what they're getting into. Make sure your wedding party knows as soon as possible that you do expect them to take care of these certain things on your wedding day, and double check if they're okay and able to do those things. How you ask them is totally up to you. I think a casual conversation is totally fine when you ask them to be in your wedding party. And again, I know what you're thinking. You want your wedding party to have a good time. I do too. They also want to have a good time. However, in order to have a good time, you need to have a seamless day and someone needs to complete these tasks. So that's why you ask them to be in your wedding party. These are your closest friends and family. They want you to have an amazing day. Now, if you're uncomfortable asking certain people if they're able to do small tasks for you on your wedding day, I hate to break it to you, that might be a sign that they shouldn't be in your wedding party. Really something to consider. They're your closest friends and family members, closest people to you. Personally, I don't think it's too much to ask that they complete small tasks on your wedding day. I really don't. So if there's pushback, maybe that's something to take into consideration. All right, so now let's talk about what tasks you should be asking your wedding party to complete. I have a list, so we're just gonna rapid fire them. Transporting decor to your venue. This is one that your wedding planner might take care of, so double check with them first. Arrive early the morning of and help you and your fiance unload your cars. You're gonna have personal items, you're gonna have gifts. They should help you unload your cars. Help coordinate and set up, keyword set up, breakfast and lunch for the entire wedding party. Again, this might be one that your wedding planner could take care of. Double check with them. They should be in charge of steaming and hanging up all attire. They should plan to lay out all of your accessories and details. And along with this, they should keep track of your detailed shot box for your photographer. They should cut off all tags or stickers from all of the attire. You'd be surprised how often those get left on. One of my favorite ones, they should be in charge of a getting ready playlist. This sets the tone for the day. A good playlist can really make a difference on the morning of the wedding day. And they could even go a step farther with this and ask the other members of the wedding party special songs that they shared memories with the couple. It's a great time, trust me. They should clean and organize the getting ready rooms every hour. Honestly, I don't know how it happens, but without fail, every single time the getting ready rooms get absolutely trashed, and it can kind of suck a lot of time out of your timeline if the photographer gets there and the room is trashed and everyone has to clean it. This one's for the ladies. Make sure the hair and makeup team are staying on schedule and one person isn't falling behind. Again, this is something that your planner would pop in and check in and out of, making sure that everything's okay, but while you're in the room getting the services done, ladies, just make sure you're staying on track. Ooh, another one of my favorite ones, take lots and lots of behind the scenes photos and videos. Obviously, you're going to be getting ready for hours before the photo and video team get there, so taking lots of behind the scenes photos and videos really makes all the difference for the couple after the wedding. They can look at all of the content that you captured throughout the day and have that to hold them over until the photographer delivers their galleries. And honestly, lots of the time, these moments that you capture are moments that the photographer and videographer wouldn't. They're definitely more behind the scenes. They're more intimate moments, funny moments. So maybe you're in the bathroom and something funny happens and you capture that and they wouldn't get. Next up, they should help set up the venue as needed. If you don't have a wedding planner or a venue coordinator, obviously your setup is going to fall on someone's shoulders, so your wedding party would likely be responsible for that. That's setting up any decor, place settings, whatever decor you have. They should pull members or groups of people for photos when the photographer arrives. Your photographer is going to have their shot list, obviously, but they can't match names to faces. So your designated person should be someone that really knows the majority of your guests and can recognize them and say, hey, Uncle Bob, he's right over there. We need you. Come get pictures. They should make sure the bouquets are in water and make sure they're wiping the bouquets before they give them out. You don't want water all over the front of your dresses. They'll need to help pin on boutonnieres. Again, this is another one that your wedding planner or florist could help you with. So obviously just make sure you ask, because this can actually suck up a lot of time too. Boutonnieres are hard to pin on. It's tough. Someone should be in charge of making sure your vendors are arriving on time. Again, this is another one that your planner will likely be in charge of. Double check with them. And this is why you should have a planner. They do a lot. Someone should be in charge of each member of the couple's phones. They should not have their phones on them that day. Anyone that should be contacting them is probably there, so they can come find them if it's an emergency, but make sure they don't have their phones, they don't need them. At least 4 or 5 people should know how to bustle the bride's dress, and they should be in charge of this throughout the night. As people have more drinks, it's harder to remember. The buttons are usually really, really tiny, so make sure 4 or 5 people know how to do this and are trustworthy and you can rely on them. They should set aside items needed for outfit changes, whether that's undergarments, if that's shoes, accessories, your outfit change in and of itself. They should make sure this is ready to go and you know where it is and they can help you change into that. They should help load your getaway car with important items like your gifts and cards, your marriage license, your getting ready outfits, your night after bag. If you have your honeymoon bags packed, they should be in charge of packing all of those into the getaway car. And again, yes, you guessed this is also a job for your planner if you have one. Another reason to hire one, guys. They should help pack up decor and other personal items at the end of the evening, designate a couple cars, a couple people to hang back and do this, and load those cars at the end of the night. And along with this, assist with any other breakdown and cleanup at the venue. And one last time, say it with me, this is a job that your planner would also be in charge of. Double check with them, and if I haven't already convinced you, you should hire one. And lastly, this is the most important one. If you don't listen to a single item on this list, you should designate this one. And that is that they should remember that the day is about you and your partner and celebrating you. It is not about them. It is not about their partner. It is not about anybody else except you and your fiance on that day. And they should be in charge of reminding anyone else that if they forget. Your wedding party really, really sets the tone for your wedding day for both you and your partner. You are with them for the longest amount of time on your day, honestly, sometimes more so than your partner. So choose your wedding party wisely, you guys. Even if it's a smaller wedding party, I promise you, it makes all of the difference. So honestly, really, really think about who you want to include in your wedding party. As a planner, I've seen all different types of dynamics on wedding days. Quality over quantity, you guys. Really try to narrow it down on who's your ride or die, who is there for you, and who will set the vibe and keep the vibe up and on a great level for your wedding day. That is it for today's video, you guys. Congrats again if you are newly engaged or think you might be getting engaged in the future. I'll be posting these videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, so make sure you like and subscribe to follow along. And make sure you're following along on all of our other social channels as well. We have some really fun stuff coming.